Hi, my name is Stephanie Hogewoning, and today I'd like to talk about a classroom assessment technique called the Course-Related Self-Confidence Survey. I chose this particular assessment technique based on results I received from the TGI and information in Table 6.3 of the Classroom Assessment Techniques Handbook. What is a course-related self-confidence survey? This is going to be, as its name would allude, a survey, and that survey is going to be based on instructor-created questions. The instructor will create these questions based on skills and abilities that are crucial to success in their course. Nice part about this survey for me is that it takes a low time and energy commitment from the students and from the instructor to be able to analyze the results. So if you're teaching in a course where you have very tight time constraints and you don't know if you can fit in classroom assessment techniques, this is a great option because it doesn't take an awful lot of time to complete. And it works well for really any size of group, so it's a very flexible assessment technique and it'll work well in many different situations. Purpose of this is to provide feedback in the confidence of a student's ability to learn and perform relevant skills as related to course goals. So nice part about this survey is you can sort of use it twofold. You can use it in the beginning to really analyze what the level of confidence is coming into the course, and then you can use it throughout the course to analyze whether that level of confidence is increasing, staying the same, decreasing, and from all this information, as the instructor, you can really make sure that you tweak and reorganize your presentations and instruction in order to make sure that you're filling in any gaps and building on those areas of low self-confidence. It really helps the students as well to be aware of their confidence level. When the students are aware of their confidence level, then they can see where they need to put in effort to improve. And because they can see that, it helps to build their self-confidence and sort of creates this virtuous cycle of success in the course. So how you would go about doing this classroom assessment is you need to focus on skills and abilities that your students are going to need to have to be successful in the course. Once you've determined what those skills and abilities are, you are going to formulate questions that are very specifically related back to those skills and abilities. You'll take these questions and use them to be your survey. So you will place them in a document or table of some form and give the students a rating guide in which they can display how confident they are about that specific skill or ability. You then would present the survey to the students, allow them a sufficient amount of time to complete the survey, and very importantly, let them know that their answers would be anonymous, that no one is going to know how they answered each specific question. This helps to just make the students feel more comfortable and makes them answer it a little more truthfully. You'll collect all the results of these surveys, analyze them, and then you're going to put them together in some form in order to provide feedback to the students. Some pros of this CAT are that it provides information about confidence of very controllable elements. So it's things that students are easily going to be able to work on, and you as an instructor are going to be easily able to help them work on those. By just acknowledging the fact that there is low levels of confidence in certain areas, and letting the students know that you're going to work towards remedying them, makes students feel much more comfortable and relieved. If they know they're not the only ones that feel that way, and they know that you are there to help them, that will help to also just build self-confidence, knowing that they can do it, and that, any area where they don't feel as confident, they're going to be able to work towards improving on that. And it helps to show them how important self-confidence is in learning. If you have no confidence in what you do know and what you don't know, it's really hard to put a game plan in place as to what you need to work towards. So when they see that they are going to need to have to learn what they're confident about and what they're not confident about, It really just helps them to be able to self-assess a little more efficiently, and then gives them that ability to discern where they need to be putting in their time and effort. Some cons of this CAT are that results could be a little inaccurate if you have students that are very overconfident or very underconfident, so that's just something to keep in mind and realize as an instructor that not only do you have to base your instruction off of the results of classroom assessments, but you also just need to use your own skills and abilities of being able to read your class to know if you think they need more instruction somewhere, or if you think that they're all doing fairly well at something. Also, if you discover with this survey that there's a large level of low confidence in your classroom, that can tend to be very depressing for both the students and the instructor. So I would have to say, as the instructor, if you found this out, it would be really important to go in and just try and console the students and let them know that you are going to work towards building that confidence, and just really sort of give them that support that they're going to need in order to move forward, and know that this can be remedied and these goals will be achievable. Providing feedback, very important part of any classroom assessment, and in this classroom assessment technique, you can do feedback in a few different ways. You could just simply have a verbal conversation with the students, let them know the areas of low self-confidence, and let them know what sort of remedies are going to be put in place. You could provide the results in some sort of graph or pictorial way, and then just discuss them. Or one of my personal favorites is you could present these results to the students, and then have them as a group get into a discussion about what sort of methods could be put into place in order to remedy these areas of low self-confidence. So you really put the onus on them to make these decisions about how to move forward and how to improve the classroom. What is it that they need to see in order to become more confident in these skills and abilities? And then you can take all of these ideas that they've had and really sort of synthesize them together into a class plan to move forward and find a solution. So an example of how I would utilize this classroom assessment technique in one of my courses would be, I take my course outline and make sure that I identify the most important skills in my course. So I'll probably just highlight it right on the outline. Based on those skills, I would then make sure I wrote very specific and direct questions about each one of those skills. From these questions, I would create a table. So you can see here, I would put my questions or comments or statements. You could call it really anything you want. Items might be a better word to put there. And then you have this scale with which the students can say how confident they are. So they can just go through and quickly check off to rate how confident they feel about each one of these individual items. You then hand the survey out to the students, have them complete it. Once you have the surveys back, you're going to analyze all of the results. I would make a graph, probably a bar graph for each question, showing, how many people, well, not how many people, but, how large was the confidence or unconfidence level of that specific skill or ability. Then I'd hand these results out to the class and actually have them sit down and do the group discussion about them. So they would discuss, what do they see in the results and how would they feel that they could, remedy them, what sort of techniques or instruction or things are they going to need to be able to improve on those areas of low self-confidence. Then, when they have had a chance to sort of discuss this in smaller groups, I'd bring it all back together, and as the whole class, we'd go through all of the different solutions that had been come up with throughout the group discussions, and we'd sort of synthesize all those together and try to work them into some usable plans and methods that could be put into place going forward so that we can help to resolve any areas of low confidence. So that is my presentation on the course-related self-confidence survey. I hope you found it helpful. There are tons of different classroom assessment techniques in this textbook, and lots of them are fantastic. It's a really good idea to implement some of those into your course, and I hope you all have luck with your individual classroom assessments. Thank you.